Hi, and welcome to Ask the Experts on WLBT3 on Your Side's Facebook page. I am your host, Martina Barksdale, and we are here with Magnolia Federal Credit Union. And today we are talking about auto loans. I am joined by Brianna Riles, who is the lending manager, and also Keith Lewis, who is the indirect lending manager concerning auto loans. All right, thank you for joining us today.
We are happy to be here.
Yes, and please drop your questions in the comment section, as well as if you would like to see them online, go to magfedcu.org, and their number is 601-977-8300. So I'll just hop right into the questions. First question is, what is my interest rate going to be on an auto loan?
Okay, so here at Magnolia, we're going to look based on your credit score, and then we also base it on the year of the vehicle. So, the newer the vehicle, the lower the interest rate's going to be. The older, that's where you get into your higher interest rates. So, what we look at, you're going to look at credit, stability, and strength. Um, when you're trying to see what we can help you with or what we can do to get you in an auto, and our rates here are as low as 1.99.
Wow, that's some great rates. And is there kind of a range of what is kind of the highest interest rate that you maybe will get versus that 199?
Yeah, we definitely have a range of what we can offer. Like I said, lowest that we go is 1.99. We also go up to 17.5, and most of those are going to be our second chance autos. So, for example, if you've had some trouble in the past, or some things on your credit you're just unsure about, we can look at that and sometimes try to get you into one of those loans, even if you can't or don't qualify for the lower interest rates.
Right. And considering when you're getting an auto loan, do you need a down payment? And does that down payment affect your interest rates?
So, concerning the down payments, each lender is going to kind of vary with their down payment requirements. We typically like to see about 10% down payment. Down payments will help you because it's going to decrease the amount that you're going to finance. So, you're going to pay a little less interest because you're going to be financing a little less. It's also going to help you when you talk about payments. When you put down more, of course, your payments are going to be lower, but you don't necessarily have to have a down payment, but they are beneficial.
Right. And so we're going from down payments. What about trade-ins? Because not everyone is just shopping for a new car. Sometimes they want to trade in and see their value. So what's the value of a trade?
Most lenders are going to look at, and I know we do, the NADA value. What is that vehicle actually worth? And also, what condition is it in? Is it in new condition? Is it, you've only had it a year, and, you're going to get a higher value on that versus something, that maybe has a few dings here or there, some wear and tear. Those vehicles sometimes, the value is going to be a little bit less on those.
Right. And when you're looking at the cost of a car, I know, say a car sells for $24,000. That's not the total cost because I know you have to take in account interest rate. So what is the total cost then of the car?
So you've got to take into account a lot of different things. You've got to take into account, of course, your interest, your monthly payments, how much you're going to be paying for insurance, maintenance, things like that, gas. So you have to take into account all of those when you think about the total cost of your vehicle.
Right. And I'm going to switch to the comment section right now because we do have a question that just came in from Kiwana Ross. What is the process of refinancing? What should someone refinance and the pros and cons of that?
Okay, so we do refinance vehicles here at Magnolia. A lot of times people, when they do that, they're one wanting to get their interest rate lower, get that payment down, do a shorter term on the vehicle. That way they can go ahead, pay that off sooner. I would say, some of the cons that come along with it are, depending on where you have that vehicle financed now, how much you have financed. Some people, if you've just recently purchased the vehicle, the value may not be there as high as it was when that date of purchase was. So if you're upside down in a vehicle, I don't recommend, trying to refinance. That would be a con that I would
Yeah.
say.
Right.
Also, she mentioned earlier about like the second chance loans that we have, those higher interest rates. A lot of times, those are people that are just starting out. They don't have much credit. So they're going to have a higher interest rate initially. If you've got one of those higher interest rates and you've paid well on your vehicle for, let's say, 2 years, that will be really beneficial for you to try to refinance and get a lower rate, shorten your term, and lower your payment. So that's one really big plus to refinancing.
So, and one question is, if you're financed through another company, can they come to you for a refinance?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And just a reminder, please drop your comments in the questions in our comment section. And also, we are with Brianna Riles, lending manager, and Keith Lewis, indirect lending manager of Magnolia Federal Credit Union. Check them out online at magfedcu.org. And their number is 601 977 8300. So, another question is, how long should someone finance their car for?
So that's going to be determined by a couple of different factors. How much is the vehicle, what your interest rate is, how much you want, how you want your payments to be. Of course, the longer you go, the longer you finance, the lower your payments are going to be. But that's not always best case scenario. So there's going to be a lot of different factors that play into that. Typical new car finances are going to be 60 to 72 months, which is 5 or 6 years. But you can go as low as 36 months, and you can, some lenders will go out to 84 months.
All right. And then when we talk about financing, another question is how much car can I afford? Like, I guess that's the wording of it.
Yes. So on that, what we look at usually typically is 10% is when the question kind of turns to how much can I afford? So monthly, what are you looking at monthly that you can pay out? So the general rule of thumb is always 10%. So if you make 4,000 a month income, that's a $400 a month car payment. That's typically what somebody is comfortable paying. So not saying that you don't qualify for more, because we look at several different things, but if you had comparable auto credit somewhere else and you did pay a higher, monthly payment, and you did that consistently, then you may qualify for a little bit more.
Right. And why is the pre-approval process for a car so important?
So the pre-approval is going to give you a little more leverage when you get to the dealer because it's almost like having cash in hand. You come to us, you get a pre-approval. We say we'll give you up to this amount, and you know your rate. So it kind of gives you an advantage because you know how much you can spend. You're not going in completely blind. You know what kind of car to look at. You know what kind of payments you're going to have. You know what your rates are going to be, and it's easier on. I think the finance managers at the dealers kind of appreciate the pre-approvals because it takes a lot of work off of them. It's basically you walking in with a check saying, "Hey, I can spend this much money and I want this car."
And what is all needed that they would need to bring to you to get pre-approved?
So for pre-approvals, it's really as easy as the VIN. We need mileage on a vehicle, and then also if you're just wanting to see what do you qualify for before you even start the process of shopping for the car, you just come to us and you can request a pre-approval. Typically we like the member to ask, for a specific amount or a roundabout amount, and then we kind of go from there for what they qualify.
Okay, great. All right, we'll take some Facebook questions From Gloria Buckhalter, what credit score do you need?
It really varies because, like I said, we do offer, anywhere from usually about 500 and up. But there are times when there's other factors. Sometimes if your credit score is lower, that we can step in and that would be where that second chance auto product would come in hand. Give you a chance, and that way you can give you time to improve your credit. Come back to us and refinance with us, and we can get you a lower rate. um, and then also, to add on top of that, for pre-approvals, um, we have our special going on, and it starts March 1st. It's How Low Can You Go? It's our March Madness biggest promotion of the year. And we're going to have rates at that time as low as 0.99. So if you're in the market and you're looking for an auto, I would definitely suggest come to us. Let us see what we can help you with. And our loan originators, they're there to help you with any questions or anything that you may need.
Great. Y'all hear that? March Madness is coming up next week. Okay. So I better see everyone in these comments heading down to Magnolia Federal Credit Union. All right. So another question. I know we are focused on auto finance, but Tiffany Woodruff would like to know, do you all do loan to build your business credit? Do you do loans to build business credits?
Currently, we have business accounts. However, we're not at the time doing business loans. So that's not to say that something may not change in the future. But if you have any questions or anything like that, you could speak to either one of our branch managers and MSR, and they could assist you and help you with anything that you may need for business accounts.
Thank you. And then another question is from Kiwana Ross. I purchased a new car in 2017, so my balance is about 11,500. Should I refinance or keep what I'm paying, 450 a month? Will more years be added to pay or less when she refinances? If
So
she,
that's going to depend on it's going to depend on the kind of vehicle. If the balance is $11,000 and it's worth $11,000, I think that'd be logical to refinance. If the balance is $11,000, I don't know if there was some negative equity involved when she purchased that vehicle. If, let's say, the car is only worth about 9,000, that may not be a time that she wants to refinance. If her rate's a little higher and she wants to lower the rate, yeah. So if she's got 3 years left on the car, let's just say she said she bought it 2000, was it 17? So let's just say she's got 2 years on the car. If she decides that she wants a lower payment and may want to go an extra year, 36 months, then yeah, there would be more time added to it. If she wanted to just do a rate term refi and let's just say she wanted a lower rate on the same terms, do another 2 year, then she could do that. So there's a lot of different options that go into that.
Great, thank you. Another question from Cornelius T. Thomas. Uh, can y'all discuss your new home mortgage program? Well, Cornelius, we're going to focus on auto loans for this. We have done that in the past with Magnolia Federal Credit Union. We have more Ask the Experts. So I don't know if y'all want to touch base on the fact that you do mortgage loans and home mortgage programs, but I know we're focused on auto loans right now, auto financing right now.
Yeah, if he wants to inquire on mortgages, John Ross Sanders, he can always reach out to him, and also use our website. Go on there for more information.
And that website is magfedcu.org, and the number is 601-977. Gemini, can I refinance my vehicle during March Madness?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I just want to give a shout out. Anil Bell sent 10 stars to y'all. And we also have someone that says they bank with MagFed. Look, y'all got fans already. Okay. And I just want to make sure we got everything. LaDonna Newsom. What about the mortgage program?
Once again, they can talk to John Ross Sanders about that.
Yes, John Ross Sanders. And we actually, if you go to our video section on WLBT, we host all of our live Ask the Experts on there. And we did do a Facebook Live with John Ross Sanders. And it's very informative about their mortgage programs and what they offer. Okay, now y'all are just playing with me, Vicki Turner. Do you all finance mortgages? Yes, they finance mortgages. Okay, June, Gemini. Okay, I just received a personal loan in January. Is it too soon to try to refinance my vehicle?
Not necessarily. It's one of those things until we get in there, we pull the credit, look at everything, and determine, if she were to qualify or not. We've got to have that credit bureau. We've got to look at it. I also suggest any person that is applying to either refinance an auto or purchase an auto, when they speak to our loan originators, definitely, let them know what's going on. If you've had any kind of issues or troubles in the past with paying for something, or you did recently get a loan and you just want to describe as to, why, all that information is important, whenever the underwriters are looking at those loans and determining if we can approve them or not.
Great. Oh, and John Ross Sanders just entered the chat. Give him a call. I know we have questions about mortgages, but his number is 601-899-6314. Again, John Ross Sanders, 601-899-6314 for all your mortgage questions. And it's okay, Vicki. Don't apologize. We're talking, they offer auto financing and home mortgage financing. So you're in the right place. No worries. Just make sure to give John Ross Sanders a car. And then, oh, for the last question regarding is it too early to refinance, he said his personal loan was through you all MagFed. So does that alter anything in
Um,
regard?
No, the only thing that I would say that could alter is if, just the debt to income ratio, depending on income, that's coming in versus, what loans they're paying for. But I mean, obviously at Magnolia, we want you to do all of your business with us. So if you've got a loan and you've showed, stable payment history, and that's one of the main things that we look at when decisioning is, what other, loans have they paid with us? So no, I would definitely suggest if you had any questions, reach out to one of our loan originators, and definitely go ahead and apply.
Okay. And we'll take a couple more questions. I know we've answered this in the past, but we do have newer people hopping on the live. So I do want to give them you a chance to answer these questions. So Sheila Denise Scott would like to know why should you refinance a vehicle and how many months should you pay for an auto loan?
So yeah, refinancing. Like I said, people refinance for a lot of different reasons. Lower rate, shorter term, lower payments, and as far as the term, most auto loans are going to be 5 or 6 years. You can refi for 36 months, some even 24 months. It's just going to depend on your balance, what you want your payments to be, things like that. So there's a lot of different factors that go into that.
Right. And then Vicki Turner would like to know what credit score do you need for auto financing?
I think kind of what we answered earlier is there's not one specific score that qualifies you for an auto, because we're going to look at, like I said, your credit, your pay history, your comparable auto history. Your score is more deterred towards what you're going to get as far as an interest rate.
Great. And I think that wraps up all of our questions. Is there anything that you want to leave our viewers with before we wrap up?
Don't forget, March 1st, we have March Madness going on. You can always apply online. You can call in and apply over the phone with one of our loan originators. Um, let's see. I think we've kind of covered everything. Is there anything, Keith?
No, I think you covered everything, Brianna. That's what you do.
Yeah. Y'all killed it. I'm so proud of y'all. Can you believe they were nervous? They were great. I
Oh, she
appreciate
was nervous.
Oh yeah, Keith wasn't nervous. It was just me and Brianna. We were nervous. Okay, I get nervous every time I hop on this live. I never know what y'all are gonna say in the comment section, but now we know that we got to bring back John Ross Sanders because everyone wants to know about their mortgages. So thank you for joining us on Ask the Experts. Remember, you can apply online, or for more information, go to magfedcu.com.